did a detox foot bath using the Rife machine. So I ran the remove metals in contact mode, and I put one thing on my arm, and then did one of those in the water, a few inches of warm water, and it pulled out a ton of metals. Now I'm gonna put a couple pellets of chlorine dioxide in there to kill any kind of thing that is there, and then I dump that out, and then I'm going to put in some fresh water and run some lymphatic drainage or some other program. So in the Spooky2 program, I just went to Detox, Contact, and then I started with foot bath, Detox, and then you go to Control, override generator, load the generator, and then start it. After that, the ones that I ran was the remove metals. That's the one that brought out most of that metal stuff. And then I did the, let's see, what was it? Lymphatic system. Both of those. Those were two of the main ones. I kind of alternated in there, and then I did the remove metals a bunch of times for several hours over like the span of a week, whenever I could handle more. But be careful because it's powerful stuff.
So I do not know how this stuff comes out through my feet. So it has a tiny bit of dirt somehow in there that was either coming out of my feet or something. And then it's got all that shiny stuff, which is a lot of shiny stuff. That's definitely from the heavy metal detox. And I feel like crap. And my legs are real heavy and achy. Look at that pile of stuff. That's all silver, shiny stuff. So this is the second day of doing this, and look at all that stuff. I've had my feet in here for a couple of hours. I was doing a heavy metal detox, and then now I'm just doing the lymphatic system, but there is a shit ton of metal in the bottom of this bucket. Tons of it. And my feet were not dirty when I put them in here. I wiped them off before I put them in each time. Yet. And that's a blue bucket. And see that shiny stuff? That's all some type of metal. See how it collects there? With the wave of the water? That's all metal. I'll get one more video before I dump this thing out. See that? That's all metal. It's not dirt. You can't even see it that well in the video, but you can really see it here. It's super shiny.
So pectin is really good for binding metals, apparently. Hey Nat, so this part of the lemon, that's the pectin, the white part. You can get more pectin on grapefruits too, by the way, if you have them. I mean, the rind and the lemon, putting in the lemon water helps. So ideally, before doing any kind of big detox, you want to make sure to have your liver and kidneys cleaned out. If you've never done a cleanse, you really need to do it. It's like an oil change on a car. If you haven't done it on each of your organs, then you've obviously got a ton of toxins in there, and that's what causes most diseases. But glutathione helps to clear out your liver and detoxify your cells. as well as milk thistle helps to clear out your liver. The problem most people have when they take these is they don't take the proper binder afterwards, and it makes them really sick. So as long as you take bentonite clay or activated charcoal at least an hour or so after you take the milk thistle or glutathione, then it soaks up the toxins that get released and it takes them out of the body. Otherwise you just get more sick and it just redistributes the toxins around your body. So take those, take the binders after, and you might need to take the binders several times that night. Take those at night, by the way. You don't want to take these during the daytime generally. Just take them in the evening time. Then a couple hours or an hour or two later, take the bentonite clay and the activated charcoal. If you feel sick later in the night, take more of the activated charcoal and the bentonite clay. This is also a good one for helping to clear out the liver. It does a really good job, so be careful with it. Make sure to take the binders after that one. This one helps you clear out the kidneys. That is definitely the same case. You absolutely have to take the binders after you take these, because the kidneys are going to be full of a bunch of crap, especially if you've never cleaned them out. And this stuff will help absorb that and get it cleaned out and get you primed up for doing a heavy metal detox. This stuff is really good for getting rid of biofilm. It also has EDTA in it, which pulls out the metals. It binds to the metals really well. So that's a great one to have. This is a really good one to really use kind of all the time, or at least some type of lymphatic support. This has a lot of vitamins in it. This one is a heavy metal detox. It's a bit of a slower one, but it has a lot of silica in there, which helps to loosen up the metals and make things easier to come out. And then when you're doing a heavy metal detox with any kind of chelators like these, which pull out the bind to the metals, and with EDTA especially, you really have to be careful not to get too depleted of your other metals, because those will pull out all the good metals too, and the good minerals. So you need to be taking some kind of multi-mineral, and ideally some selenium. Selenium helps to get the other metals out somehow too. So yeah, those are really good to have if you're doing any kind of metal detox. These specific ones are not needed. Just get whatever ones you can, but in general, keep to the idea that you want to clean out your body and make it as easy for the toxins to come out as you can. And then when you're doing that, when I did the heavy metal detox, I had to take the glutathione and then the activated charcoal and the bentonite clay a lot, and the lymphatic drainage one too, and of course the minerals. So yeah, I know this stuff is some of it's expensive, a lot of it's fairly cheap, but at least for sure get the binders. Absolutely, you need the binders when you're doing anything like that, and you want to ideally clean out your other organs first, and for sure get the minerals, because you'll be depleted once you start taking those binders. So at least get a multi-mineral and the bentonite clay, and or activated charcoal. That's the absolute bare minimum if you're doing anything like this. But if you can get the other stuff, go for it for sure, because it helps.